Okay. Bit of an unusual stream today. Probably not in terms of the game itself, but in terms of I wouldn't normally be live this time on a Monday. But anyway. You know what I should do? I should verify that I'm live. Always a good idea. I did just get the push notification, so yeah, I think we're good. Sweet. I have no idea who's going to say hello today because I'm streaming at such a weird time, but whatever, let's just go with it. If I sound a little, I wouldn't call myself sick right now, but I'm kind of exhausted. Long story short, I slept terribly out last night, which is also why I'm live on a Monday, is I took the day off from work because I think I need it, so I may sound a little, I don't know, grumbly or lethargic or something. So before I go and, I don't know, get killed by these bosses 1,000 times, I was just watching Ella, and I think that I missed some NPCs right in here. Like, I think there's just a little chunk here that somehow I never went to. Which also kind of makes sense because this third Church of America is the one where you get the wondrous flask of physic. Or whatever, the physic flask. The alchemy potion. And there's some stuff surrounding here. I think I had ended up finding this place sort of randomly. Like, there's a clue that brings you here and I never really found it. And as you can see, there's like stuff in here that I think somehow I just never ever did. So, it's funny for as huge and vast as this game is, and how much of the map often looks similar visually. You know, all of Limgrave has the same kind of rocks and grass and trees and whatnot. It was still notable just watching Ella's playthrough. Like, wait a minute, I don't remember any of this. Excuse me, Pixel. I didn't remember, like, any of this on the beach and some of these areas, like, near this third Church of America. And it's also where, as I said, just watching him there, I was like, oh yeah, I guess I never came over there. That's the well that takes you down. I think this is the guy that takes you to the Mistwood Ruins, which is down over here. So I just need to go off to the west. And I don't know if the NPC is still going to be here. I've progressed so far in the playthrough, but I think there's an NPC. I haven't listened to his dialogue yet. Excuse me, Pixel. Sorry, one second. Let me swap chairs. So that my cat can sit on my lap. Hi, buddy. There you go. You can have a nap, and I will do whatever it is that I do over here. Yeah, there's an NPC on top of this thing. Again, I don't know at this point in the playthrough whether they'll still be here or not, but I suppose we'll find out. And then I want to go north as well. At least I think the guy was up here. Yep.
Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenny fight, serving to the order and celebrating the creator of all sucker.
Grant me sucker. Mood, to be honest. Yeah, so this is some NPC that I just somehow never found.
Who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenny fight, servant to the true order and celebrating repudiator of the false.
I was kind of wondering, because, like, I think Patty didn't find this NPC. Well, at least not in the playthrough that I've watched so far. And it's interesting that this character's name is Kenneth Haight, because there's Fort Haight over there.
Is anybody there? Someone who might be
So who the heck is...
rescuing the great Kenny fight,
Who the heck are you?
servant to the true order and you've come to lend me your aid, have you? Well, that's very kind, but no, the help help is very much appreciated.
Oh, fuck you.
Even from a tarnished. Despite appearances, nobility is no prerequisite to serving the true order. You might have heard of me, Kenneth Height. Next in line is the rightful ruler of Limgrave, young Tarnished. I would have a boon of you. I want you to take back my fort. It lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. A knight commander from Stormvale took it. A fool, and plumb mad to boot. Simply obsessed with blood.
Yeah, I've already killed that guy. He gave me the blood thing.
What's this, kind sir? Remarkable. The knight commander dead. Already? A blessing if ever I chanced upon one. Fine work, I say. Fine work indeed. I doubt that it was your intention, but the deed is done, and I commend you. Now, this is your reward. Go on. It's yours for the keeping.
So that's fascinating. That sounds like the dialogue was different since I had already done it. Like, than if I had actually left and come back earlier. That's fascinating. I love that there's still little pockets of this game I just somehow never found. Erd Steel Dagger, huh? I feel like I already gotten... Yeah, I already have an Erd Steel Dagger. Got anything else for me?
Right then. Time for me to head to the fort. I've much to do. First, I'll have to re-establish communication with the demi-humans. What's that look? You don't believe me? Well, under the Earth Tree, commingling with the demi-humans is made possible. Even the vulgar shall not be left behind under the rule of true order. Which is why I, Kenneth Height, next in line as the rightful ruler of Limgrave, have sworn to uphold it. Just you watch, my friend. Just you watch.
You're aware that I set the Ur tree on fire. So I don't know about your plan with the demi-humans.
Ah, yes. I've been meaning to ask. Would you like to enter my service?
Would I?
See bright things in your future, stout warrior? Enter into my service and learn the workings of the Erdtree's true order. And who knows? Perhaps sometime down the line, the grace of gold will return to those tarnished eyes of yours. What say you? A fine accord, is it not?
I thought Celavis was... What's the word I'm looking for? Pretentious.
Very well indeed.
But this guy's name is Kenneth.
I knew I saw something in you.
So,
I
you
shall
know.
await you at my fort. We shall hold the ceremony for your knighting there, I think. I see great things ahead of us. We are truly by the Earth Tree blessed.
Nice. Thank you, Foxa. Welcome.
Right then. Time for me to head to the fort. I've much to do.
Okay. So there's still the jar somewhere who might not be here anymore, but let's go to the fort now. Actually, wait, let me go north first. Yeah, well, because I mean, it's a big game. I guess it's not that surprising that there's a little pocket that I missed right here. I should probably also check like right here, because this is the church where you get the physic flask, the flask of wondrous physic. And I don't recall exactly how I first navigated to here, but I must have come from above or something. I just sort of never came here. So let me go north first and check out what's over there before I head down to the fort. As with many other things in this playthrough, I learned of the existence of that character by watching another player, and I didn't listen to the dialogue, so me hearing that dialogue is brand new. But I learned about the existence of that NPC from watching, in this case, Elias. But I've seen other stuff from other players too. Oh my god. It's a battle. As I said, it was interesting to me just sort of watching Elias a little bit this morning and sort of recognizing like despite spending so much time in Limgrave, I just don't recognize this place at all. Let's help this fight along. Get him! Ow. No, 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 I'm on your side, wolves. Kill the bear. I wasn't sure if there'd be some, like, hidden cave over here or something. It would appear... probably not. I really don't know which way this is... Oh! Okay. I don't know which way this is gonna go. Like, they're dealing such little damage to each other. Oh, that's a critical hit. 154. And Melania still almost one-shots me with her thing. By the way, something I was considering just at some point going and popping every single soul that I have and just see how much I get. Partially out of curiosity, just to see how much I'm holding. And partially just to get so overpowered that I can beat Melania. Since she has an unfair attack, I might as well kind of be unfair back. Okay, well, that was fun. Let me briefly go to the other side of this water, see if there's anything over there. Like I said, I came here once and got the flask and just sort of weirdly almost never came back. Let me briefly go here as well, and then let me go south, see if there's something directly south of here. Hi, Pixel. You okay? Hi. Give me just a moment. Right. There you go, kitty. Yeah, I believe it. It's already pretty expensive for me. Okay, so I want to go south and just see what's down here. Then I'll go back to Fort Hates, and I guess I'll get knighted. I wonder if this relates to the Morn quest line. Just because that seemed weirdly unfinished. Also, I still need to find Selin and the Mage Hunter guy. And I can't find them anywhere in Whoa. Startled me. I can't seem to find them anywhere in Ray Lucaria. Alright, come here. More demi-humans. I want you to know I'm not killing you because I think you're a threat. I'm killing you so that I can travel back to Fort Height. Lord Kenneth Heights. I like how he's like, hey, will someone come to my aid? And then he's like, oh, you're a tarnished? I guess, even though you're dirty and filthy and beneath me in every way, that I can allow you to help me. I'll reward you with a shitty dagger you already have. Interesting, there are normally enemies outside of here. They're all gone. But now there's demi-humans here, where there were not before. Is Lord Kenneth gonna be upset with me for murdering all the demi-humans? In my defense, they started it. They provoked me. It wasn't my fault. Hi, Lord Kenneth.
Ah, you, is it? I suppose you must have seen it by now, yes. The sorry state of my foot. Oh, indeed, it is a foul fate for a land to be without a ruler.
Oh my god, this
One
guy.
must be found with haste, and not that awful Godric, but a true and stalwart lord of the proper lineage to take the reins of Limgrave.
This guy's so pretentious. The proper lineage.
I'm sorry to have lifted your hopes, but I haven't the authority to raise you to knighthood as things stand. The great Kenneth Height issues his sincerest apology. But now, I must begin my search post-haste for a true and stalwart lord of the proper lineage to take the reins of Limgrave.
I'll do it.
I must begin my search post-haste for a true and stalwart lord of the proper lineage to take the reins of Limgrave.
Yeah, that one. If you know how it ends, don't tell me, because I'm pretty certain that I haven't finished it. I can tell you what I have done in it. And let me come back here again. See if he left. I mean, so I found the lady who I was pretty sure is like the same person as the other lady. It's weird. And then I went and talked to the guy, and then I killed the boss, and then I came back and she was dead, and he's like, "Oh no, what a fool I've been. I prioritized my duty over my daughter." And then he said that he's gonna get revenge on everyone. But then I haven't seen him since. Stop yelling. He's still here. Interesting. I must have to do something else. You know what? Well, I just had a thought. But it's probably nothing. It's weird to me that he's still here. Maybe he says something else now. Normally he would be gone at this point.
I must begin my for a true and
So I guess with that in mind, let's head back to Godric. Now, there was the character here who was stomping on Godric's head, but I murdered that character because they'd been here the whole game and they were annoying me. I wonder if somehow... I don't know, maybe there's more of that guy's quest line. If so, I'm probably not going to figure it out, or I probably messed it up somehow. No, I know that I slayed Godric. That's not... There was the guy who was stomping on Godric's head here, and I killed that character. But that character was also, like, from the perspective of, Lord Kenneth Haight, you can kill anyone. I murdered this guy. Yeah, I just killed him. I attacked him, and then he died. Well, I mean, you can't kill anyone because of the Round Table Hold thing, but, yeah, I killed that guy. I didn't for a long time, but he was here for, like, the whole game and never did anything interesting despite saying, I guess I'm free now, I can do whatever I want. And so I got annoyed, and then I killed him. Especially because I figure at this point, like, honestly, all bets are off. I burned the Ur Tree, and I committed the first cardinal sin, and I had to kill Gideon Ofnir, and I released the Rune of Death into the world. It kind of seemed like it was time. So, yeah, that was pretty much it. I just wanted to do that, I suppose. I think I already checked this again. Let me head, again, the only two things that I'm, like, sure of that I still have to do besides like a few of the little puzzles, are Melania and the final boss, and I feel like I want to kill Melania. I mean, I do, and I don't really want to change my playstyle. So I would like to do the following. I only have 8k souls right now. I am going to use an item that I've only used once before. I'm going to use the Grace Mimic. And just drop my 8k runes. Because I want to see how much I'm holding in my inventory. I think I'm going to pop everything. So here I'm sitting at a big 0. I have never used anything above, I think, a plus 10 rune. So I'm going to use everything I have right now. Here's a level 9. Now I'm going to use all 39 level 10s. So there's 195,000. Now I'll use my 11 11s. Cool. Like 68k-ish. 18 level 12s. There's 135. 10 level 13s. So those just give you 10k a pop, apparently. Now my Newman's runes, 4 of them. Nice. Okay, so those are worth a pretty penny, 12,500 each. The Heroes runes are worth 15k each. The level 2 Heroes runes are 20k each. Okay. I kind of wanted to get up to 1,000,000 souls. I don't think I'm going to get there. There's the level 3 Heroes rune. 2 level 4 Heroes runes. I'm guessing the next one might be 35k each. So using 5 of them. I might get 1,000,000 souls here. 4 level... Yeah. Nice! I don't know that I've ever... Apart from speedrunning where you use, like, duplication to get millions of souls, I don't know that I've ever, like, legitimately had 1,000,000 souls in one of these games. So all that time, I was just holding on to 1.1 million souls on reserve. Which is going to be a handful of levels at least. Let's get up to 60 strength. I guess I'll just keep pumping it into vigor as well. There we go, level 160. I'm now a little stronger than I was before. Unfortunately... Oh, wait, no, I have a lot more than that. Because I can use all my remembrances. I'm thinking I might do New Game Plus, I might not. But I don't really care to make boss weapons. Like, they're kind of cool, but I'm probably not going to use them. What about the Natural Born? I'm always hesitant to use these souls, right? A lot of these are just giving me 30k straight up. The Fire Giant will probably give me more than that. Nope, 30k again. Godric. Gives only 20, that seems about right. Rykard is probably going to give 30. 50? I'm surprised. Rykard was quite a bit easier than some of those other bosses. Radon is 40. The Omen King, big 30. Here's Mogs. Only 30k. That was like a... One of them said Legend. I think that the Black Blade said Legend. This is the Rune of Death, Malekith. Only 30k for Malekith. And then Horalu. So I guess I was actually holding on to closer to 1.6 mil. And with that, I am out of souls. I mean, I could sell stuff, but... Just to make things easy, I am actually going to go here, and I'm briefly going to farm up for one more level. This is a really good farming spot right here. And this should make Melania, well, I say should, it will make Melania easier. Definitely. I'm looking for 184. Each of these guys gives me 2,000. Why didn't I two-shot that one? Weird. If I ever did find myself wanting to just farm like crazy, this is where I would do it. Weird that I'm not two-shotting all of them. There we go, just a real quick thing, and then we go back. And now I can, kill him some more. God, this is such a good farming spot. Too bad they're not all the little meek ones. Where'd you go? I think it might have fallen off, yeah, and just like that, that's enough. Just with that measly amount of farming. So now let's go back to Melania. There we go. Nice 65 for level 163. Now for this fight, I'm using this one for maximum HP. I'm already using this thing for physical damage negation. Assuming that I don't change the build, which I would prefer not to. This is just a really good thing to get. Of all the different runes that I do have, this is not going to make a difference. Because right now the only thing is just how do I get past that one move. And then phase 2 will be difficult, so like I might need to do some sort of anti-Crimson Rot thing, but right now it's just get through phase 1 consistently. So FP is going to be useless. Case in point, let me reallocate flasks. I could use one of these. See, this thing is raising mind, intelligence, and faith. This is raising vigor, endurance, and strength by quite a bit. And I figure, like, I'm taking quite a lot of damage anyway. It might be better just to use this and just do more damage, you know? So that's an option. I don't really care about increasing any of these. I can't use multiple of the physical damage negation things. I don't, at the moment, have any use for any other kind of damage negation. Like non-physical, lightning, fire, or magical. I could use the immunity thing, which could be good for phase 2, but I'm not really worried about phase 2 yet. No use for vitality or focus. Focus is just for sleep. There's been almost nothing in the game that's actually used sleep. I'm not using guard counters. I never get a full attack chain. Charge attacks I am using, but I don't know if it's worth tossing this on for that, especially because I have to stop doing the big heavy charge attacks when she is below 65% health. So I'm going to say that that's probably not worth it. Enhances stamina reducing attacks against blockers. That's not relevant. Enhances counterattacks unique to thrusting weapons. No, I don't think that's it. Jump attacks I could just start using more often. Raven Mount. Whatever a Raven Mount is. I'm not guarding, not using bolts, yeah, so this would really be the only relevant thing. I'm not using sorceries or incantations or memory slots. These seem to be the magic ones. Enhances charged spells and skills. I'm not really using those either, because the skill that I have when I do use it is not, if it's like an Ash of War, it's not charged for the thing that I'm using. I could put on a different Ash of War, maybe. Raises attack power with lower equipment load. I do have quite a low equipment load. I guess I should probably look at it from this view, right? Like, the Strength Talisman doesn't even seem to be... Okay, so it is changing the power just a little bit there. Yeah, that's going to make it go down. Anything else I want to do? My HP is not going to be at maximum very often, so this doesn't seem very useful. Although, I mean, this could just be a solid, like... Well, this is actually... Oh, no. Oh, I see. It's making my damage go... And maybe I'll just try that. Like, I'm doing pretty well dodging a lot of damage. That could help at least... Well... Again, burning her down is fast, but burning her down is effectively irrelevant until she's at 65% health. So the only question is what's going to help with that. This could help with that. If I was at full health, I would be better at dodging, or at, like, surviving the first hit, but even that's not very useful because I get hit so many times that all that's going to do is just change the one. This could be useful, but I'm not really getting a lot of different attacks. I don't think there's rot in Phase 2. Or there is, but I don't know if it counts as being in the vicinity. Like, I'm not around it on the ground. What about my, this thing I was looking at? I feel like I might as well just do a... What are my resistances there? My physical doesn't... Yeah, I feel like this is probably the way to go. And then the only other thing would be, do I want to use something else in the Flask of Wondrous Physic? Right now I'm using slow health regen, which is nice to have, but again, in terms of, like, surviving the one-shot, the Bubble Shield is useful because is useless because I get hit so many times. Stamina is not going to be useful. Of course, I could get something that just makes me do more damage. Boosting poise, I don't think would really help either, because even if I'm poising through it, I'll keep getting hit, I think. I have my Boldikin's Blessings, but I don't really want to use those, just because, I don't know, they're a one-time use. Maybe it's not a one-time use thing. I think it is, though. I should probably check that. Yeah, they're consumable. I'm not doing fire or magic attacks. This one I tried using, but this just doesn't seem likely either. Once she starts doing her thing, I think I just have to be, like, run away and be super, super cautious. I could just pull out a shield as well. I think if I pulled out a shield, I could probably do the fight, but I'd prefer not to. At least not quite yet. You can charge attacks. I won't be using consecutive attacks. I don't tend to do on this boss. Restores HP when near death. Maybe that'd be worth it. I'm just gonna try with this build. Oh, and that reminds me, I wanted to unlearn the spell. Not that it matters, but it's just kind of in the way. Oh, I should also briefly look into my Great Runes. I think I'll certainly start using Rune Arcs before this fight. That's not that useful. This one raises all attributes, which is going to include attacks, I assume. This one greatly raises maximum HP. That could be useful. Maybe I'll start doing that. Just give myself just an enormous amount of health. And then I think the last one was something else entirely. Yeah, Blessing and Boons of Phantoms. So let's go ahead and put the Rune Arcs here, just to make them easier to use. Nice. I'm still slightly below maximum, whatever, it's fine. I got like 10 levels higher than I was before. Let's see how this goes. Nice. Good start. Nice. And these extra few levels might have helped more than I thought. Yeah, see, I survived. It wasn't pretty, but I survived. Whoops. Crap. Please stagger. I'm just waiting for her big spell. I think it's time for this. Start to top off. Especially if she does her big attack. Yeah, that was pretty delayed. I might have been better served doing a an R2 there. That was a bad heal. That was a really dumb heal. Okay. So those extra levels and the extra maximum health definitely helped. It makes that attack survivable. Now, phase 2 I am relatively inexperienced with. Yes, and I beat Radagon and I got to the Elden Beast, but I was killed almost instantly by the Elden Beast. So I know virtually nothing about its moveset. Alright, let's see if she's the same. That was different. Here we go. That's fine. I mean, I got to phase 2, that's what I wanted. And I missed a number of attacks in there. I did get kind of lucky in... Well, it's not really a there you go. I know how to dodge the third one. The problem is that you cannot dodge the first one. The second one is extraordinarily difficult to dodge. The best strategy is to sprint away, but even that is extraordinarily unreliable. Because the nature of this boss is that you have to... Well, with this build, is that I have to be up close and personal, and she can go into that attack at any time with, like... And it has a pretty goddamn short windup for how powerful it is. So even if you start sprinting away instantly, it's very unlikely that you're going to outrun the first two. It's it's possible, but it's extremely difficult to do and dependent on positioning. And then the final hit, I'm not sure how to feint her yet. Maybe I'll figure it out at some point. Like I said, I've only done phase 2. I've barely done phase 2, so I don't really care that I died to phase 2. That's fine. Stagger? No. Good. Yeah, I don't know how to dodge the final hit. So but like I was able to run away from the first two there, but that's because I was lucky. I was already far away when she started the attack. And now you might respond, well, you can just make that happen by just staying far away, but the only way... This boss is passive. You can see that... I'm not saying you said this, but I've seen this argument. Like, look at her. She's very passive by design until you get up close, which means that you can't, like, just run away and wait for her to do it, you know? It's a very unfair attack. I hope that they nerf it. It's unlike any other attack in the series. And I say that with a lot of knowledge about the series. good. And I've got her below half. Let's drink this. Thank you, I appreciate that. I've said this no number of times, but it's worth repeating. I love this fight. It is literally just the one attack. I love everything else about this fight. It's just the phase 1 thing. Well, I mean, I know she does something similar in phase 2. I don't know if it's as bad or not. Just might stagger. Good. And I think those extra levels helped maybe more than I thought they did. Excellent. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my microphone arm here for a second. It's kind of in the way. Okay. So I know at the start. I can't. Why can't I skip? I'm trying to skip. Is my controller working? Oh, it's. I can't. I think it just lagged. Okay, it just did a weird lag. That's fine. Now I can skip it. So she does this, and then you dodge away. Yeah, I think the leveling helps a lot. I mean, I've done this fight so many times. That's why I'm able to do reasonably well. Whoops. I don't know this phase very well. This looks like... Oh, this is a whole different thing. I saw this attack once, and then she comes for you at the end. That's 2, 1, 2. Oh, God. I have a lot of healing left. 1, and then a big stab afterwards. 1, and then that move again. 1 big stab. Okay, and then that's a delayed hit with an explosion afterwards. Uh-oh. She's a lot more aggressive than in phase 1. Okay, and she can do that again. That looks like the same move, but with Scarlet Rot. Well, that's okay. I mean, I learned some of those moves a little more. I also... That answers a question I was curious about, which is... In phase 1, she doesn't start doing that move. A YouTube video told me it was 65% health, and I assumed that that's accurate. I was wondering in phase 2 whether that would be the case again. Like, if she doesn't do the move unless she gets down to 65% health again, that does not seem to be the case. Since she had healed herself up to, like, full. Although maybe it's only about hitting a threshold, I don't know. I feel like phase 2 might actually end up being easier if she ends up having more moves that, you know, are if she has a greater variety of moves, maybe it makes it less likely that she does the kill you attack. Part of the way that I've learned to do this fight as well is just like, as you can see, I'm pretty much just getting away from most of her quick attacks up front. And then I go in to punish some of these. Which seems to work reasonably well. Maybe I could be more aggressive and stagger her more often. That was like 500 damage, not bad. Yeah, I'm hoping it will be. And I know that she can Scarlet Rot you, but honestly that doesn't concern me too much. Because, like, the Scarlet Rot, I mean, it might be what kills me, but more often than not, it's going to be other crap, so... Stagger? No. This'll stagger. How does that not stagger? Wow. Now I'm starting to keep my distance because of that one move. Yep. Okay, I'm pretty good now at dodging most parts of that attack. Not all of it, of course, but most parts of it. There's still some way to, like, to feint the final hit, but I'm not sure what it is. See, from part of the reason this fight is so rough is that she has that other attack where she jumps in the air, and it looks very similar to the kill you move for just a moment, which in theory isn't a problem. I'm not using blocking with this build. The reason I'm not using blocking isn't look at how big my dick is. It's like I've made it through the whole game kind of like this, and also in like Dark Souls 1 speedrunning, I kind of never blocked. I kind of got used to just rolling around enemies, so I enjoy that playstyle. And I figure at this point, just for consistency, I've done everything else in the game with this build. I want to do this one too. I did experiment with this. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go back. I did experiment with blocking, and I used the turtle shield, although I'm sure a ton of shields would have done the trick. And I was able to just tank. My stamina often couldn't withhold the entirety of her move, but especially if I blocked like the first bunch of them and then dodged the last hit, I could probably do it. No, yeah, I know I can block with it. I still am just sort of choosing not to. It's probably a stupid restriction. Like, I will probably beat this fight. You know, just the levels that I added help a lot. If I really needed to, I could go and grind even more souls. Even if I spent just like an hour doing that, I could probably grab a few more levels. If I tossed on a shield, I guess I might as well even just take all these things off. Like, I'm not gonna use them. But I guess it also makes no difference. I'm already a light load, and I'm not using the thing that... What if I do this? What's the thing that makes me do more damage when I'm low on... Yeah, this. This is 550 damage now, compared to... Oh, this is actually more damage now, with the slightly lower equipment load. I wonder if I should wear, like... Well, no, I like the fashion souls. Okay, let's do this. Anyway, if I put on a shield, then I could block the first two portions of her thing, dodge the third one, and then maybe block the fourth one too. And that'd probably be good. Well, I would, but I think, don't quote me on this because I'd have to look at the numbers, but the way that the damage calculations work in this game is such that, like, having any armor on in a slot, even if it's, you know, the most rinky-dink loincloth or something, is still really important. I can't believe I got hit by that. That was a weird I don't think she's ever followed like that. That was just unlucky. Very unlucky. Come on! That's very unlucky. Holy shit. Especially for a boss that's this passive normally. Yeah, I like this armor set I'm wearing. I think it's pretty. Again, going for more staggers could be good, and that's something that I could do, is maybe I could alter my playstyle, learn to be more aggressive in phase 1 with poking her, as opposed to what I'm doing now, which is, you know, just sort of dodging away from all these attacks and only going in for these. Good, I got her with that. Yeah, I need to learn how to dodge the final phase. As you can see, when I was that close, it was going to be impossible for me to dodge. It's impossible to dodge the first one. I think it might be possible to dodge the second one. I'm going to have to experiment with it. The third one you can dodge. Yeah. There's Lindale. Lindell. Whatever. What crypt is that? I mean, I've done all of... Not this. I've done all of the below ground stuff. Are you talking about this crypt? Unless there's another crypt I missed somewhere. I don't remember which crypt is which. I can tell you that every crypt I've been in that I've beaten. So this one then. I've beaten the seal tunnel. Everything on the map I've beaten right now. There are no loose threads. Oh, this one? Yeah. I've beaten all of these. Was this the double Crucible Knights? Like I said, I don't remember which crypt is which. I'm going to end up running out of rune arcs at this point. Yeah, that one was, at the time, I think I still stand by this. That is the worst fight in Elden Ring for my build. Good misses. Wow. I mean, I got hit. Amazing. There we go. Yeah, the double Crucible Knights was extremely difficult. I pressed R2! Game, I pressed R2, please. I cannot waste that opportunity for a stagger. At this point, I'm just gonna kind of go for it, and if she does her kill you move, then she does it. Well, that was better. Again, the reason that was better isn't because I was super good, it's because I just happened to get away from her first two. Damn. Unlucky. Maybe I should do more jump attacks on these. This might stagger. Excellent. Unlucky. Stagger. Stagger. I don't understand the stagger system, man. Like, those were 2 charged R2s in, like, no time. And somehow it... Wow. Wow, the fucking timing. The fucking timing. You know what I wish? I wish this game would fucking stop being an asshole and show you the poise meter. It's so important. And I despise that you just have to guess. For the whole series, I've despised the fact that you just have to guess at when something is going to stagger. Like, I got 2 charged R2s there, fully charged R2s, within like 6 seconds of each other. Along with other hits, and it still didn't stagger. It's very frustrating. And because it didn't stagger, that eventually just led to my death when she did a really unlucky timing on her kill you move. That's very frustrating. That's the first death to this boss today that's actually tilted me. See, how the hell does that stagger, but the other one didn't? That was the same thing. I don't know how to get rid of... I don't know how to dodge the last flurry. I should learn that. I mean, like, am I crazy? You just saw her stagger in phase 1, and the other fight I did the same exact thing. And somehow it didn't stagger her. I mean, it must have been very close, but like... I don't know, like I said, just some sort of meter, something that shows you what's going on would make it so much more manageable. And that didn't stagger despite 2 of those normally staggering. That's something else that makes me a little salty about this fight. I don't think she should get hyper armor during that. How am I not staggering her? Okay, my L2 is my most powerful stagger move. And I just hit her with like 4 of them. There we go. Okay, I'm sorry for yelling. There we go. That didn't do it! Okay. Alright, let's go phase 2. Yeah, I don't know. There's something I'm not understanding about it. I mean, the answer, I guess, is just don't ever rely on it, but... Okay, let's learn this new moveset. She's definitely a lot more aggressive this time around. Okay, so that's slow and then the follow-up. And then a very slow hit and then an explosion. So I can get a big hit after that. There's the same stagger, or the same thing. Dodge. I thought that was a different move. That's why I didn't dodge that. I thought that was the land explosion. Wait. Stab. Wait. Boom. Okay, and going for an L2 is risky there. That's fine. She could do that in phase 1 too. Oh, right. Okay, so in phase 2, that's followed by an explosion. Good to know. Okay, and she can also turn on a dime to hit you there. That's also good. I'm dead. Yep. Okay, so I'm learning about phase 2. In phase 2, she always does an explosion after her hit, so I can't do the same charge star 2 as before. I'm going to have to, like, do 2 dodge hits behind her and then maybe an L2. And it seems like her kill you move is exactly the same. I mean, it'll give me Scarlet Rot this time, but, like, it's the exact same. As before, I think that the only way that I beat this, apart from just becoming even more powerful, is to just... I have to just hope for RNG. That's one of the most frustrating things about these fights, is it just comes down to so much RNG in terms of, like... Like, I could beat her if she just decides to not do the kill you move. You know? Like, look at this opening. Still no stagger, by the way, after all those fully charged hits. That's how I do it! That's the first time I've ever avoided damage from that attack. Okay, I know how to feint phase 3. You do a spinaroo maneuver. Okay. Now again, I got lucky that she did it when I was already far away, but it makes it possible at least. It means it is, as long as I can... Well... Anyway. This fight's been taking up a lot of mental headspace for like 2 days now. I'm also just trying to kind of feel, as I do more and more of these attempts, like, if there's some pattern to when she begins her kill you move. I'd like to heal again when I get a chance. Let's get the hell away quick. My bad, that was my fault for missing that. Not offhand. I know that this weapon already had the square off, Ash of War. And I know that I have it as another Art of War, but I couldn't tell you where I got it, unfortunately. Yeah, she is extremely passive, which is good in phase 1. It means you can heal. As you can see, I'm just trying to keep my distance during a lot of attacks here. I think Square Off is a fantastic move, though. I've been using it for like the whole game. I've tried out a few others, and I just don't like any of them as much. Okay, almost done with phase 1. I'm getting to phase 2 a lot more consistently now. Those extra levels really helped. Where's the kill you move? Let's go for this. Excellent. Okay, so at the start of this, I have to dodge. And then I can drink my potion, which will also help if I get Scarlet Rot. I can't approach this sooner. Maybe I could approach it a little sooner, but not much sooner. Okay, what do you do? This is the same moveset for a lot of it. Wait. That was a slightly different moveset as well. And then that explodes, okay. So she does this, she lands, and then she goes up again, and then she explodes. Okay. So if I can get behind that, that'll work. I'm feeling good about this one. Probably famous last words, though. That was a tricky move. Wait. Okay, so normally she goes up for another one after that. What is this? Oh, this is this. Okay, so those are some quick hits coming in, and then she follows it at the end. I actually forgot that she followed it. That was a lucky dodge on my part. Explosion? Yep. I need to learn how to dodge that one better so that I can punish it. Yeah, see what I mean? It's real quick. I just need to go for R, like R1's there. Nothing else. Good. This is where Black Flame could be good, but again, Black Flame is so short. I keep saying again, as if people have been meticulous of listening to me for 110 hours of playing. Let's just go for this, screw it. Good. I'm still waiting for the kill you move. Uh-oh. That was a late heal. I deserve that. That was a late heal. Oh my god, the timing on that, though. You know what? I think I just need to dodge the explosion directly rather than trying to outdistance it. My heals are so delayed, I'm so hesitant. Oh. She can just launch right into that, apparently. Wait. Dodge, yep. Oh, that was not the kill you move. What was that? She just double explosion, by the way. Wait. Sometimes she can follow that. Yep. Yeah, see, if I just dodge that, I can get some hits in. Okay, this is this. Whoa, okay, so that's that move again. Can I approach this, like, at all? No, not really. Maybe, like, right at the end I could go in and get a hit. Come on, she's at, like, 40% or something. Maybe 35. Yeah, so there's some real quick hits there. Dodge. Heal. God, she follows so fast. Okay, let's learn to dodge this. Okay, so I need to dodge to the right there. Oh, mana healing. That's fine, this is still my best attempt so far. So, I mean, I'm still doing decently. God, she keeps doing the version that gives her hyper armor during that. Dodge. Dodge. And then I can get an R2 there. That's what I'll do. I'm dead. Yep, again. Sometimes that happens. There's just nothing you can do. There are so many things that From could... I really, really hope that they nerf this attack. I think they need to. I'll say it a million times, it's the most unfair attack in the series. And there's so many variables that they could tweak. If it had a slightly longer build-up, if it had, you know, just a little bit less damage, like there's so many parameters they could tweak to make it so much more fair. If you couldn't launch into it with no warning, you know what I mean? But I mean, that was still a really good attempt, and I'll do better now that I know Phase 2 better. Oh, let's kill her. No follow-up? There we go. I can get 2 hits there. Well, she dodged one, but... Good. Good. I think I'm gonna stop going for this square off there. It rarely hits. And of course, she just heals so much from that too. I need to be a little farther away for that, apparently. Why did... I'm surprised she was aggressive after that. Again, some of these attacks use hyper armor, and you only have a tiny fraction of a second before it's clear whether you can attack her or whether you have to be more passive about it. Wow. Like, look at that. Just with no warning, she launches into an attack that damaging. Honestly, FromSoft, you really need to fucking nerf this attack. It's really, really bad. Excellent. Okay, let's do phase 2. So wait. Dodge. Get out of that. Which also lets me do this. Let's see if I can approach her at the end. I can. Well, I missed, but I can. Oh, that was a different move than I was expecting. Okay, so I don't have time to attack before the explosion. I didn't forget about the explosion there. I wanted to see if I had time. I do not. Pretty lucky I got that heal off, to be honest. Follow up? No. There we go. That's the hit I can get. I hesitated there. One heal. 2 heals. And of course she's just healing so much with all this. That was a stored roll. I meant to roll the other way. She definitely changes her patterns a lot in this fight. And she can do a double hit there too. But then I can get actually 2 hits back, I'm dead. I was able to juke the last phase once. I don't think I would mind that attack so much if she always, like... I wouldn't mind that attack so much if there was just a better way to predict it. The fact that she can just fucking instantaneously go into it is so frustrating. You know, like you have to... With this build, I have to stay up close and personal. And, like, you know, I'm still learning phase 2, but I'm doing fine for the most part. And then just suddenly, out of nowhere, she just does that. Which means that I'm just going to get hit, you know, 4 to 6 to 8 times. She's going to heal a lot, and I'm going to get Scarlet Rot in phase 2. Like, what are you supposed to do about that? Apart from just hope that she doesn't do it. Terrible dodge. What the fuck am I doing? What the fuck was that move? That's the first time in like 40 plus attempts she's ever done that, by the way. She charged up a different move. I've never, ever, ever seen her do that, even once before. Normally she runs at you there, and she just didn't that time. For some reason. I don't know, maybe I need to start sprinting at her and doing running attacks. Maybe that would help. Or doing jumping attacks, rather than walking up. What happens if I just do this? I mean, that time it worked, but... This fight also has many, many variable combos, and I generally despise variable combos in the series. They're not, strictly speaking, unfair in the absolute sense. It just makes it so frustrating to approach fights, because the thing is, imagine a boss that follows something up 50% of the time. For all intents and purposes, the only thing you can do is just assume that they'll always do it. Assuming it's like a quick attack like this boss has. Which means that there are many attacks that it's just almost... like, never safe to follow. Sometimes it feels like you're being punished for learning. It's like, okay, well, you do this and then I can punish you, except that sometimes, but not all the time, but sometimes you just follow it. How did I juked it once. Maybe I need to spin around faster or slower or something. Again, I'd be really fascinated to just do a, like... I'm not actually going to do this, but I'd be interested to go back and look at this playthrough and be like, okay, how many of my Nicola deaths, or my Millennia deaths, were just strictly because of that one attack, and especially when she does that one attack just at point blank range. He's running already? Unlucky. Good. And I'm dead. Okay, I think I need to do that later. There is some way that I juke to the final hit, but I can't seem to replicate it. Why did you see me just whiff off to the side? My character didn't turn to hit her. There we go. Okay, so I have to do that really late to juke her. Oh my god, I'm crouching. Again, what got me there, by the way, was not a mistake on my part. It was a variable length combo. I had an attack that should have been safe, and she just followed it when she virtually never follows it. It's extremely frustrating. Unlucky. Just bad luck on that. Again, she's so passive. So many of my hits are like she does something unexpected when I'm up close, but again, she's so fucking passive. Like, I can't wait for her to make a move. I mistimed the third one. I still don't know how to throw off the fourth attack very well. Phase 2. I mean, I'm getting to phase 2 a lot more consistently now. Bring this. Then wait. So I can actually get in some hits there and take only a little bit of Scarlet Rot. She seems to do her hyper armor attacks a lot more in this phase. My bad, I forgot about the explosion. I only have one more heal left, I just noticed. I love that they added the explosion. It's just like, hey, you know what would be awesome? Is if we took away one of your best damage opportunities in Phase 2. For a boss who already you can't interrupt consistently because she selectively gets hyper armor with only a tiny fraction of a second to react to whether you're even allowed to hit her. Like, that one I can interrupt for a moment, and that's fine. And obviously you can't just stagger her to death, that would be stupid, but it's like, this, it should be, alright, let me interrupt you quick, and then get out and dodge, which I can do sometimes, unless she does the version where she gets hyper armor. Good. Maybe I should try that more often, if I can time that correctly. Again, that attack looks very similar to me to some of the others. I guess I was just playing it badly. Alright, I don't know how to dodge this very well. Wait, dodge to the right on that one. I think that one's consistent. I don't know it very well. I learned that on the third one I have to dodge to the right to dodge the fourth one. The sixth one comes from the left, and then I have to dodge backwards into her to get some hits at the end. I know. Part of what's frustrating me as well is that normally at this point in the game, like as I've done previously with this fight, I may think like, okay, I'm sick of this fight, I'm gonna leave and do something else. But like, there really, apart from the final fight, there kind of isn't anything else to do, at least nothing that I know how to do. Like I said, there's some loose ends with NPC quest lines and stuff, but I have no way of knowing where those NPCs might be, and I'm not gonna blindly search the whole world again. Yep, see, that's the hyper armor attack. Sometimes you can attack her, sometimes you can't. I wish they was consistent. I wish it was consistent. So much of this fight is, even apart from the bullshit attack, so much of this attack is, or this fight is just like, well, I only had a fraction of a second to react. I had a fraction of a second to react, and one of the things I can punish and one that I can't. I think those three might do more than are cost. Unlucky. Remember that at this point in the fight, I have to be hyper aware of the potential for the kill you attack at literally any time. Yep, see? I was able to feint that sometimes, apparently not other times. It's so many things, like, even after her brutal attack, the game could at least be kind enough to say, you know what, if you survive it, then you can counterattack with damage, but nope, she immediately follows that too. You know, I'll probably get to phase 2 here, but like, okay, what's the point in getting to phase 2 if I only have 3 heals, especially in a phase where she can do Scarlet Rot to you? Okay, well I can get an L2 there every time, so that's good. Honestly, I'm tempted to just go for a bunch of L2s and just fucking see what happens. I'm sure I'd land at least a few of them. Great. My bad. My bad. As always, it doesn't even let me lock on at first, so that's fun. And she can sometimes follow that. So right there, that was like, okay, well that's a damage opportunity, except that it isn't, because sometimes she can follow it, which for all intents and purposes means that she always follows it. Because by the time I know whether I can follow, it's too late. And then she can just do that out of nowhere mid-hit. I don't know. Maybe I'll say fuck the whole thing. Go get some, like, max upgraded spirit and just fucking destroy her. Like, I'm so done with this fight. Like, I can run circles around her. Except for the one fucking attack. Even in Phase 2, like Phase 2 I'm doing a lot worse than Phase 1, but, like, even if I'm slow playing it, I can do most of the fight, you know? Phase 1 I've certainly got on lock, and then Phase 2, much of her moveset is similar. She's more aggressive. And so I'm trying to get better at, you know, dodging some of the moves, but, like, there's nothing I can do about that. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I haven't used spirits for the whole game, so I don't know what anything is. I also know that she can heal, so I have to find some spirit that will kill her, because I'm so fucking done with this fight. So this person uses healing incantations, ill-suited to battle, jar hurling specialist, summon the spirit of a mimic tier. So I guess many of these are the legendary Ashen Remains. I should probably summon one of the legendary ones, right? Let's see. His skills strike down foes with thunderbolts. That could be good. I mean, I'm sure a lot of these could be good. I guess maybe I should just try a number of these out and see how they work before investing my resources to upgrade one of them to max level. On this one, since I'm not using the horse right now, where's my Spirit Calling Bell? That's the Wraith Calling Bell. Oh shit, should I use this? I don't even know where my Spirit Calling Bell is. I've, like, never used it this playthrough except once. Is it... Or maybe I don't use it explicitly. I probably just use the Ash. Okay, so let me do this. Let me do it this way. Let me assign Rune Arcs to this. And then let me assign one of the spirits. I guess I should probably just test them in order. Like I said, I know nothing about any of these summons since I haven't used them for the whole playthrough. Let's stick with this one, see how that works. Actually, I'm not even going to be able to summon most of these. Because I only have, how much mana do I have? I only have 68. Of course I could respec. So I would need something that doesn't cost very much. Alternately, I could respec and get more. Because here's what I'm thinking. Like, I know that summoning spirits, she can hit them and heal. But that also maybe means that I could hit her and just stagger her like crazy. I think definitely the problem here is I just have, like, no freaking, maybe I shouldn't bother with summons. Maybe I should just pull out a shield, just as a way to survive, you know? But I don't know. At this point, I'm so sick of this fight that I think I'm willing to just say, let me just fucking summon these people and kill them all. Maybe I'll respec and get just a bunch of mind until I can experiment. Let me do that. Let's go to Renala and respec. I would fucking love to see how other people handle this fight, because this is just so dumb. I'm being very negative today, but I think this fight deserves it.
Is it time?
Yes. Okay, so I want just a whole bunch of FP. Let's get up to, like... I guess if I'm going to experiment, let's get up to 202. And then let me put a bunch back into Vigor. Whoops. And then let's put a bunch into Strength. And then a bunch into, yeah, I guess I don't need my Faith at all, do I? Because I'm not using Black Flame for this fight. So that's another source I could get back. Maybe up to 30, and then pump the rest into Vitality. And I probably don't need that much FP either. How am I doing on stamina now? Still fine. Okay. So now I should be able to summon... Now I should be able to summon pretty much anything I want, and I can experiment with these. Let's start with the Black Knife. See how that goes. Why can't I summon it? Do I need to equip my Spirit Calling Bell? Is that a thing? Like I said, I've done this literally one other time in this playthrough. How do you summon spirits in Elden Ring? Okay, first of all, just in my inventory, where the heck is the Spirit Calling Bell a key item? I'm 100, here it is. Spirits can only be summoned in the vicinity of a reap. Okay. Oh, I can't summon them right now because I'm not in a place where it lets me summon them. Okay, so let's go in. Now let's summon. I don't know what this is gonna do. Wow, this thing's getting fucking destroyed. It's just dead. It's dead already. Okay, so that one kind of sucks. Alright, that's fine. You can kill me. I want to experiment with spirits. Hell, maybe I'll even do player summons for this fight. At this point, my primary motivation for doing this, in my mind, and this sounds like a justification, and it absolutely is. I'm rationalizing this to myself. In my mind, I've kind of beaten this fight. Like, I'm doing phase 1 extremely well. I still make mistakes, but I'm doing it very well for the most part. Except for the kill you move. And even that, like, if I can get away from it, I'm dodging most of it. Phase 2, I'm not as experienced with, but, I don't know. I mean, I guess I am getting to phase 2. Like, I could probably do this fight without this. But at this point, I think I'd have more fun just messing with spirits. What about, Let's just go. Is this a legend? Let's just do the Mimic Tier. I don't really know what the Mimic Tier 1 does, but I'll try it. Also, just as a little thing, I'm gonna put the spirits over here so that I don't have to mess with my item, like my selected one. Okay, what does the Mimic Tier do? Is it gonna turn into Melania, or how does it work? No, it turns into me. Okay. Let's get him. Get her. L2 over and over again. Get her. Wow, she is just destroying these. Maybe this is a terrible idea because she's actually just healing like crazy. Yeah, okay, she's actually just healing like crazy. I think that was a terrible idea. I could pull out a big shield, I could pull on tons of armor. Maybe I go get a ton of, You know what I could do instead? I could respec and just take all the points I put into Faith and just dump them into more Vitality and more damage. Maybe I even, like, get rid of a bunch of Endurance and just fucking spike everything into Vigor. Because I feel like Spirits are going to be just a terrible call here. Maybe if there's, like, a flying one or something? Yeah, the fact that she just hits them and heals seems like a really bad call. Okay, honestly, screw the whole thing. New plan. New plan, we're going back to Renala. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, I felt like I was beating up on her, but then I looked at her health bar and it was like nothing.
Is it thy wish?
Yeah.
Now.
Okay, so I'm not going to put anything into anything. Let's just go Vigor. Just like a ton of Vigor. Like 80 Vigor. And then Strength. Just give me a lot of Strength. I guess I should probably have some Endurance. How about this? Honestly, I might even just try it with like base level of... How much stamina do I have? Not much, but... Fuck it. 91 Vigor and 91 Strength. And look at my tiny little Endurance bar. I can also start using resins. I haven't really been using resins for this fight. Although at least this build I have now technically fits within my little self-imposed rule set. I'm quickly running out of rune arcs too. Do you think I have enough health now to survive this? Let's try this. I mean, I'll deal more damage now. Maybe this is doable. How much? Still only 790. But that's still a lot better, I think. Or at least a little better. Some amount better. I just love the timing. That attack, and then she still doesn't give me time. I won't keep bitching about that attack. There's no point. At this point, like, I'm either going to be her like this, or I'm just going to, I don't know, pulling out a shield would help a lot with that. I could also get the thing that makes it easier to break enemy poise. That could help. Unlucky. Unlucky that she followed that way. Unlucky that she was just a moment away from my my sword there. I say unlucky. I mean, and it is unlucky, but also, I guess I could have recognized that. Down to 6 heals. I wonder what the logic is on when she dashes away. Maybe it's based on, like, taking a certain amount of damage in a short period of time. Unlucky that I missed that second hit there. Stop doing your hyper armor attack, dude. Oh, okay, she can just instantly follow that with no warning. Good to know. Okay, dodge right. Dodge left. That was my fault. That was my fault. That was very bad at the end. That really hit me? That one sword hit was... I was almost certain it was far enough away to miss me. I'm just trying to think if there's, like, anything else I could do in this fight. I could start using, I don't know what she's weak to. I could start using some of these. Like, blood loss could be good, but I feel like I'm not going to hit her enough to induce blood loss. Generally, for blood loss, you want to hit something, like, really fast a bunch of times. I guess let's just use fire. You know, it's not much, but it'll help a little. I'm down to 9 rune arcs. I can get more rune arcs if I go help people with summons, although at that point I might just not bother. Okay, so let's go in. Move forward a little bit. Let's put on this. Wow, that opening. That fire resin really does not last as long as I thought it would. Why was that so delayed? What the hell? I haven't seen her do that attack in like 30 attempts. Yeah, I need something else. I don't even want to do this fight kind of legit anymore. I just want to cheese it. I just want to win. Maybe I should summon other players for this. At this point, a lot of the damage I'm taking as well is just like, I'm so tired of doing this fight that I just want it to be over. It was a cool fight the first 50 attempts. At this point, I'm just tired of all her variable follow-ups. The fact that she selectively gets hyper armor, like on only some attacks and not others. So this build is certainly good for, you know, health and damage. I have, what is that, 91 of each. I have a feeling spirits won't help. I'm not going to use this. Let's just assign this back. You know, the fire paper, whatever, that helped a little bit. Of course, I could use these items, but that's not going to do a whole lot. I could just do sorceries. I could respec. I still have... How many larval tears do I have? I still have 8 more. And apparently there's still death root somewhere in the world. There must be a crypt that I missed. I'm just trying to think what I can do. Like, spirits, I have a feeling just won't help in this fight at all, because she'll just heal from them. Summoning other players would certainly help. But that's something I very much don't want to do. I could pull out a shield for the kill you attack. Let's try that. Before I used the turtle shield, which seemed to do a pretty good job. That gave me some stamina back too. Now I do need to check with that whether it's worth using this for 541 damage compared to this for... Okay, so this is now better. Now, I don't have very much endurance, so I might get my my poise broken. We'll see whether this ends up being a good call or a bad call. Again, that's like the second time I've ever seen that attack, by the way. Kill me. I guess I shouldn't let her kill me because I have my Rune Archon, but... Like, why does she have identical windups for 2 different attacks? I'm tempted to summon other players just because, like, honestly, I just want this fight to be over. I'm really not enjoying it anymore. I want it to be done so that I can see what happens with Mikola after I kill her. Probably what I should do is respec for sorceries. Because if the problem with the kill you attack is that she, is that you have to stay close to her, but being close to her kills you, then sorcery seems like the best bet. And I do have some pretty powerful sorceries. I don't really know what ones I would want to use, but... I'm just not sure what else to do. Like, I know that I can get into phase 2. With enough attempts, maybe I could do it, but I'm so fucking sick of this fight.
Is it thy...
I'm just hesitating for a moment. I'm trying to decide, like, am I continuing to beat my head against this? I mean, the reason I'm doing it is that I want to beat her and hopefully get a great rune. And I really want to see what happens with Mikola. But And this I'm not saying to be salty and bitchy. I am salty, but this I'm not saying to be salty, just as a statement of fact. I'm not enjoying my time with this fight anymore. But I would still like it to be beaten so that I can experience whatever happens next for myself, as opposed to like watching it on YouTube or in someone else's like Twitch playthrough or something. And so I'm wondering if I should just go ahead and summon other players. Something that I've never done in the series before. Because that would let me do what I want, which is experience everything else without, and I can just make this fight be over. Oh yeah, I guess I was kind of thinking that my, my Mimic sucked, but that makes sense because it's base level. Okay, so before I do this... Okay, so let me respec for the Mimic then. Does the Mimic require any FP to summon? Like, it says its FP cost is, like, nothing. It takes HP. Interesting. Oh, I see. HP cost 660. I see that now. Thank you. That seems obvious. I should have read the screen. So that means that I don't need a respec for Mind. I could just give this a +10 and change nothing else. Let's start with that. I mean, and I'm not probably going to upgrade other things. I guess it'll be good to actually use. Roderica. Hi, Pixel. Give me 1 sec to check on my cat. Be back in just a moment. Alright, let's get this updated. Or upgraded. Bloodhound's Fang does bleed. So I could go ahead and upgrade that then too. Let me go ahead and upgrade this spirit first. We'll start with that.
I see.
Oh my god. I need a... I can upgrade this. I don't have Wait, is it not going to let me? Oh, the legendary ones. I don't have any money because I used all my stupid items to upgrade. So I'm just going to have to go farm for just a few minutes. I don't imagine it'll take too long to have enough to upgrade this a whole bunch of times. I guess I could sell a bunch of crap. Like, what am I not going to use, you know? I don't know, selling stuff, it just seems like nothing sells for very much. Like, it'll probably be faster to just go farm. I don't know exactly how much I need, so I'll just get a bunch of them. Maybe I'll do like 2 quick farming runs. Or like 2 passes through these things just to make sure that I have enough to upgrade everything. Some of the enemies seem to randomly have, like, yellow eyes. That's interesting. Okay, let's do this one more time. And that will probably give me enough to upgrade everything. If not, I can just keep farming. So, by the way, that was 40k, like, super, super fast. So if I ever did decide that I just wanted to grind up to some super high level, this would be a good way to do it. I will say this about the Millennia fight. I'm really happy that the game... Well, this isn't even the Millennia fight specifically. I'm really happy that the game has given me as many options as it has. Did I miss like 1 or 2 of them? I did got fewer runes that time. You know what it was? Maybe the enemies with the golden eyes just... They probably drop more runes. In hindsight, that seems pretty obvious. That's probably what got me the extra ones. I should have paid attention when I killed it. Maybe it's just a sort of random event.
I see.
Alright, let's do some upgrading. There we go. Now it's plus 10. That used... I'm glad I made 2 runs. That was almost exactly what I needed. Now, before I swap to the Blood... Or I'm not going to swap to the Bloodhound's Fang yet. Let's try the fight as is first. How much health is this now, by the way? 2747. Not bad. Okay, so into the fight we go. Where'd all the messages go? And let's summon. And I'll just go ahead and do this early as well, start healing up. Come here, plus 10, Mimic. Well, this is a lot better. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's right. Get him. Oh god, my endurance is so low. Shocker, this plus 10 Mimic is much better than the base level one. See, I'm glad I did this, because I'm just legitimately having a lot more fun with this right now. Okay, into phase 2. Thank you for the suggestion of using the plus 10 Mimic. Alright, here we go. I just need a win. I need a win after all that. Okay, we've already got her about half. Excellent. Uh-oh. Oh, this is... Oh my god, please don't kill me during this. Uh-oh. No! I got killed anyway. Okay, so this is gonna be not too bad. Oh my god, that's incredible. That's incredible how much better that is. I may have just said this, but it is really noteworthy that, like, I had this option, you know? Like, it was never a question of, like, this fight is an impossible brick wall. It's like, I know I can summon other players, I can do all this crap, I can respec to sorceries. The game gives me a lot of options. So is the Mimic actually just me, like with all my healing and everything? I forgot about the final hit, my bad. Everything but the Great Rune, that would make sense. As you can see, Shafe, I decided to say, fuck this fight. It was time for this fight to just be over. I mean, just the constant interrupts are so amazing. Like, you know, by myself, it's very difficult to consistently hit these daggers, but with both of us. Now let's heal up before phase 2. I just saw someone else with a jellyfish shield in the fight. I think I already drank that, yep. Oh god, my Mimic's kind of low, actually. Run. Don't die, Mimic, please. I need you. Thank you. At this point, I'm using, like, all my L2s just to try to stagger her. Yep, big up. I forgot that she can follow that. Almost got her. Run. Don't die, don't die, don't die! Can I summon it again? Oh no, now I have to do the fight? I don't want to do the fight. Dodge right. Yeah, one of the most brutal things about this fight is how she has these super powerful attacks and she still does not remain vulnerable afterwards for hits. You know? Like, after that big attack, after her dive forward, she had probably less than a second of downtime. Maybe I'll even save the Mimic until Phase 2, just to be really sure. You know? Or at least get her down a little bit first. Since I know I can do Phase 1 pretty well. I'm gonna save the Mimic for just a little bit. I need to dodge around that. Silly. I got hit there because I hesitated, because now I know that that exact same windup has multiple different follow-ups. I should have summoned the Mimic. At least I juked her. I'm not very good at juking the fourth part of that attack. But I'm getting better. I'm not used to being so low on endurance. I mean, it's my fault, I respect, but... yeah, I didn't even have stamina for an attack there. Wow, this is terrible. Alright, fuck it, let's summon it now. The fucking timing, dude. The fucking timing. Unbelievable. God, I hate this fight. Killer. Killer Mimic. Oh, God. Strange lag spike. God, just the constant staggers. Get her, Mimic. Alright, and I just drank my Flask of Wondrous Physic as well. Which is good because I'll have that tick healing. It's not much, but, you know, it's something. Uh-oh. Stamina, stamina, stamina. Excellent. Please don't die, Mimic. If I can just get some more staggers. Here we go, this attack. Oh, it's going towards it. Not me. What the fuck? Why did it come towards me? I didn't even attack it once there. Okay, well, I might have to save this until phase 2, like... Well, I don't know. Maybe I just got a little bit unlucky, though, because, like, the first time I summoned this thing, I was just absolutely annihilating her, you know? So I guess that is an option. Maybe I should try to legitimately get through phase 1 before I summon the Mimic. Or maybe I'm just kind of getting unlucky. It seems like the Mimic can can probably only heal once. I don't know what I was trying to say there. I only have 4 more of these left. Ah, screw it. If I run out of Rune Arcs, I run out of Rune Arcs. Let's just kill her. Pixel, not now, please. Buddy! God! Pixel, you're very cute. Please don't walk in front of the monitor right now, okay? This has been the saltiest, like, Elden Ring stream so far. How did I do so well the first time? Like, what happened? Also, what the fuck? How does the... I guess if I'm being salty, I might as well really commit. How the fuck do staggers work in this game? Are they broken? I know that poise is broken. Like, are staggers broken? Like, she was getting hit to death there, and I hit her with 2 power hits. Like, in very short order, and she still didn't stagger. I guess she was probably technically in a hyper armor phase there, but... Yep, I think I'm just gonna summon the Mimic over and over and over until I get lucky. The first time I summoned her, I think I got lucky. I know, I guess she didn't do the kill you move. She stayed still enough for me to get several staggers on her. I'm sure this will work eventually, and I'll just use up my remaining rune arcs. This will work eventually. I wonder what it would look like if I had these two. If I had myself and the Mimic, where we both had like super powerful spells. That was even more delayed than usual. It probably wasn't. That was probably just bad. You know what it probably is? Just like the normal version of the site without the Mimic. I think it just comes down to how many times does she do the kill you move. I think from the front does quite a bit more damage than the back there. Good stagger. Okay. Into phase 2. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think the only way I'm gonna do this is actually by summoning the Mimic really late. Hey, I remember the explosion that time. Got her half. Shit, it's dead. Yep. Okay, well. I guess I'll keep trying, but I don't have high hopes for this. That's actually a good move. Because now I can just wait. Then go in. And get in a big hit. Actually, multiple hits. Uh-oh, I'm not good at this one. I thought I could interrupt that. Dumb. I knew there was an explosion there. Oh, God, that missed by like a millimeter. By the way. Come on, she's so close. Unlucky. Unlucky. Unlucky she decided to do that there. Come on. Come on. Can you stop doing that with the worst possible timing? Please! Please! Do something else for once in your life. Come on. Got her. Fuck me. Okay, she's dead. No more bitching. Late.
My match.
480,000 souls. That is the great runes. That is the greatest number of runes that I have been awarded from a boss. The next highest was Mog, the Lord of Blood, one of the other kind of hidden demigods, at 420,000. By the way, that used every single heal that I have. That was with the respec, with 91 vigor and 96 strength because of the strength thing I have on, and a great rune for more health. I don't know, dude. Like, I mean, at the risk of sounding arrogant, I'm pretty good at these games, and I've spent quite a while practicing. And I don't know how the hell you're meant to do this otherwise. Anyway, let me read up on some of this stuff. I think I was correct that I have to go activate her Great Rune. At a different, at the Isolated Divine Tower, yep. Which stands beyond the Lost Great Bridge. Which I do know how to get there, and now let me read about the Remembrance, too. Take the power of his namesake. Nicola and Melania are both the children of a single god. As such, they are both Empyreans, but suffered afflictions from birth. One was cursed with eternal childhood, and the other harbored rot within. Eternal childhood? I didn't know that about Nicola. Fascinating, this thing's here. I was going to say, I was wondering what was going to change when I rested. Might as well stick with this. So here's one I'm wondering. Victory, well done, thank you. I wonder if ROM has any sort of detection of, like, if a message is relevant to victory. Like, if someone uses the word victory. Or maybe it's just that these, you know, the messages didn't show up in the fight. So now I'm wondering if this thing is here. I'm going to quickly go back and see if there's one over here as well. And then after that, we go back. I'll go to the round table. Man, I'm so glad that fight's over. I'll go back to the round table, see what I can make with her set, or with her remembrance, and then I'll go check out Mikola. Okay, no, there's just two of them here. Okay, to the round table hold. I'm sorry I got so salty. In saying that, I think I was always going to get salty, and if I do something like that in the future, I'll probably get salty again, but I do apologize. Let me, before I forget, let's remove this, and let's swap this back to the, to Torrent. I really wish I could have told Gideon about Melania. Hand of Melania. Blade built into Melania's prosthetic arm. Through consecration, it is resistant to rot. Melania's war prosthesis symbolizes her victories. Some claim to have seen her wings when the weapon was raised aloft. Wings of fierce determination that have never known defeat. Waterfowl Dance. What a cool name. I wonder if that's the move that she has. And then this thing, Scarlet Aeonia. Technique of Melania, the goddess of rot, creates a gigantic flower that blooms into an explosion of scarlet rot. So this is the thing she uses at the start of Phase 2. Each time the scarlet flower blooms, Melania's rot advances. It has bloomed twice already. With the third bloom, she will become a true goddess. Let me read that again. Each time the scarlet flower blooms, Melania's rot advances. It has bloomed twice already. That makes sense. One in the other room and now one in the main boss room. With the third bloom, she will become a true goddess. Amazing. Okay, well, now I'm very curious to see what's going to happen here. It does still let me go here. Still nothing, huh? This is Mikola, apparently cursed with eternal childhood. I hadn't ever attacked her. Apparently I can. I wasn't sure if anything would happen. Again, I wonder what could have happened if I had done this in a particular order, such that Gideon stayed alive, because he kind of hinted at, that must mean that Mikola, and then he kind of trailed off. I wonder if it's something really obscure, like I have to platform up on these things. And then I can get, like, up behind her or something. It's kind of weird to me that a dodge roll is release B, but if, like, sometimes I'll hold B to, like, prepare for a run, but if I am not pressing in a direction, after a moment I just backstep. It's weird that it isn't also on release. I seriously doubt this is anything, but I gotta check, because it would not surprise me if From was tricky enough to do this. Oh, never mind, they put an illusory wall. Okay, well, I guess let's go activate her Great Rune. You do that from, where the heck is it? Wait, how do I get back there again? Okay, so I have to figure out how to get there again. I hope it still lets me. Oh wait, can I just warp to the... No, I can't. I know how to get there. It's a teleporter from the city, like right in this region. Which means that there's an elevator here and then a courtyard, so let me go here and try to work my way over. There's no way that they locked off the tower. So where I want to go is this area. And I really, really hope that they didn't block that off. I doubt they would have. That would be kind of a dick move. To say, like, advancing to this point in the playthrough makes that tower inaccessible. Especially knowing that Melania is a boss that... I hear something walking around back there. Especially knowing that Melania is a boss that many players will have put off until a lot later. Is that the Stray Demon from Dark Souls 1 back there stomping around? Okay, how the heck do I get over there? This doesn't seem right. Although also I'd love to find Gold Mask again. Where the heck did Gold Mask go, I wonder? Okay, maybe let's go up here and see if I can find my way back down. With this thing stomping around, like I said, I seriously doubt that they would have just blocked off access to that area. Although I guess maybe that's true for a lot of it, right? Because, like, I'm wondering if you could even get back to the underground when the Ashen Capital is in this state. Yeah, I'd like to be over there. How do I get to that? How do I get to that? If anyone knows offhand whether this is inaccessible now that the capital's all full of ash, you can let me know, but I really, really hope it isn't. That would be pretty awful. That looks like death. Probably. Is it this? Okay, I think I'm to the correct side of all this now. Trying to remember, again, I need to get into this courtyard region. Which I guess that way might bring me over there. Can I go down here? Well, this looks kind of promising. Yeah, okay, this is going to be pretty close, and I definitely heard... Oh, there's another gargoyle. Wait, this might... I think that's the same gargoyle. It might be respawning. Oh, I can't use Black Flame for you, crap. You know what I can use, though? Use. Why can't I use? Oh, it doesn't just let me summon spirits out in the world, apparently? Like maybe only in boss fights? I don't even want to fight this thing again, honestly. Especially not without Black Flame. Okay, this is where I want to be, inside there. There's no way it blocked it off from me, right? Yeah, thank you, Shafe. I remember that after I said it. Hey, Richard, how are you? I mean, I beat Melania after I cheated and summoned the level 10 Mimic. And even then, it took a bunch of attempts. Maybe I have to climb up this. And now I'm frustrated because the world went through a permanent... The world went through a permanent change where suddenly some other stuff that I had previously accessed is inaccessible. God, I don't even want to fight this thing. I want it to be dead. Maybe I could avoid it next time. There we go. That's what I was going for, the stagger. This thing has a lot of poise, apparently. Come here, you big fool. You're almost dead. If I beat Melania, I can beat you. There we go. Okay. Now I can actually explore in peace. So yeah, where I'm trying to get is over here. And I know how to get there. I get there from a teleporter, which is, like, right here-ish? Maybe, like, right here? I think it's specifically right about here. And I had a, why would the game take that teleporter away from me? Because now I have to try to make my way back there. And the only way I knew how to get in there was a, maybe I can, see, I could, like, almost get up around there. If I could just find a way up on top of this, but there doesn't seem to be one. Maybe going up here will let me in there? No, see, this is nothing. Like, what the hell? Dude, Hollow Knight pulled this bullshit, too. When it corrupted the crossroads. Like, I'm all for interesting events that... Yeah, so did I, but then I don't think I can trigger the teleportation trap again. I mean, maybe I can, but... Like I said, I got a Site of Grace up there, and it just got rid of it. I mean, I'm already... whatever. I'm salty, but I have a good reason for being salty. Which is that the game is just taking stuff away from me. You know? Like, I already had that side of grace, and now I just don't. And I could have talked to Gideon and got more answers, but I can't. Because the game made me kill him, and the game kind of made me kill him for what seemed to me to be an extremely flimsy reason. The big difference and why this is so frustrating for me now is that, like, I'm not exploring a new area. It would be like if they just put a bunch of ash in the round table hold and said, hey, you can't get downstairs anymore. It's like, well, what the hell? Why not? I mean, the only thing I saw here was this, but, like, that's not an illusion. That's nothing. Okay, does anyone actually know? Like, I have Melania's Great Rune. I know how to get to the isolated tower, and by the way, in most towers they give you a site of grace, but they didn't give you one here. Like, I could try going back to the Tower of Return. I don't remember exactly which tower that was, but I can look around. I'll find it here. It's one of these. Maybe it's over in Caelid somewhere. I think it's technically a fort. There's the Swamp Lookout Tower. There's probably something in this region that I missed. Maybe a death route. You did it at this stage? Okay, well that's good. That is possible at least. Weeping Peninsula Southwest. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I was gonna say, like, Melania is such a hard boss. I seriously doubt that I'm the only person who put it off until almost last. That's, yeah, it's in that direction. Out of curiosity, does anyone also know if you can get back down into the sewers? Like, if you hadn't already? They are? Okay, good, good, good. Up we go. No, but that's because I teleported down. I didn't actually access the sewers through that well again. Okay. That's really, really good that they reset that. That is super sneaky. I mean, if you hadn't already found the isolated tower, I'd imagine this would be very, very difficult to get to. Yeah, and so the first time you teleport here, it doesn't let you activate the lever, and the teleporter also isn't active. Yeah, here's this. So now let's see if the teleporter is up. It is, good. To the tower. I'll probably end up respecking again before the end of this playthrough because I do like the ability to use my Black Flame. Even though I probably won't end up using it on a... That's so cool. I just love that you can see, definitely a bit of a visual bug going on there, but I love that you can just look up and see the city there. So I wonder what happens when I activate this Great Rune. I wonder if somehow this is related to Miquella. I mean, there's got to be something. Oh, that doesn't look great. There's got to be something you can do with Miquella, especially because, as I said, Gideon hints at something happening with her. I wonder if to finish Miquella's, I guess if you want to call it a quest line, I wonder if you have to beat Melania before activating the Giant's Flame thing, so that Gideon is still in the Round Table hold, and maybe he would like reveal the final piece of information you need. Well done, thank you. Very curious what this is going to do. Also, I think I have every single Great Rune now, so I don't know what the endings of this game are, but... gotta get one of them for this. Melania's Great Rune. Alright, let's check out Melania's Great Rune. Attacks recover HP after damages. Okay, so that makes sense. She was basically using this. Attacks recover HP after damage is taken. The Great Rune of the Shardbearer Melania. The blessing of this half-rotted rune reduces the healing power of flasks of Crimson Tears? Oh god. It reduces it. And yet, due to the infusion of Melania's Spirit of Resistance, attacks made immediately after receiving damage will partially recover HP. Melania is daughter to Queen Marika and Radagon, and her Great Rune should have been the most sacred of all. Imagine if I could have showed that to Gideon. So I have just one more idea here. I hope they fix this little visual bug. Not a big deal, but it's pretty noticeable. What a badass area, though. Definitely seems like From put a lot more attention in this game into making distant objects be where they're supposed to be. You can see I'm looking like exactly at where it is, and it's right there on the map too. This looks like a little fishtail here. I have one idea. It's the only idea that I have left in my head. Which is to do this. Let's equip her Great Rune. Melania's Great Rune. And then let's use my last rune arc. I wonder if she's going to react to me like having Melania's Great Rune equipped. Obviously, there's more you can do here. Like, Miquella's a big deal. She also seems to be the most enigmatic of the demigods. Let me go back to the fight arena. Prayer room, that might be what it is. That might be something else. That's totally something else. Oh, probably the bonfire is Melania. Interesting, there's just a chair here. That's very odd. I half expected like a prompt to sit in it and something would happen. So what do I know from this? Again, it might be that you have to do this while Gideon is still alive. Again, maybe if the game hadn't made me fucking kill him for no reason. There was also the thing that said that once Melania blooms 3 times, she'll become like a full goddess. So maybe there's some way I can trigger... That's interesting, Shafe. I actually loved getting down here. And I did get knocked off several times. Maybe it's because of DS1 experience? I don't know. In DS1, platforming was really awful. Not only because of the weird jump, but because you would kind of get vacuum sucked like down platforms sometimes in weird ways. Dark Souls 3 and also Elden Ring does a much better job where it's a lot harder to just like that to happen, basically. It can still happen, but it's harder to have happen. I don't know. I mean, I'm probably going to end up ending stream shortly because I should probably eat. But, like, obviously there's parts of quest lines that I've missed. I'd like to know what's up with Mikola. I intentionally didn't do the Three Fingers. There's Selen and the Mage Hunter person, who are apparently nowhere to be found. Yeah, that rarely happens in this game. It did happen in DS1 a lot. There's still, Millicent. I don't know where the hell Millicent went. I know that Millicent was looking for her. Maybe I should go talk to Gowry again? There's the jar I never found. There's... Well, I guess expecting to finish up every NPC quest line like that I can reasonably access is maybe unreasonable for a game this complicated. And when I say complicated, what I really mean is for a game whose NPC quest line system is based on NPCs going to places that are often random. They're sometimes not random, like there's a lot of NPCs that you can intentionally seek out and go talk to. Like even something as simple as I found Thops's corpse in Re Lucaria. But for a lot of other people, I wish in a number of spots the game just gave you better hints. For example, at this point, I know that I'm still looking for Millicent, right? So I'm thinking like, okay, I know that she was looking for Melania, but she's not next to Melania. I went to Gowry, she wasn't there. This is where I found her, she's not here either. It seems like... I feel like, what should happen is that there should be some sort of clue in at least one of these locations. Because, like, if I'm looking for a character, it makes sense to go back to the places where they were, but then when they're not there, it's like, okay, then that character could be literally anywhere else in the game world for any reason. Especially now that the capital is all ashen and messed up. Maybe she's in the Minor Urtry Church. She is not. But I'll take these nice golden centipedes. Still so many things that are confusing to me, and I just have to wonder how many endings this game has. For example, I go here to the Church of Vows. I thought that I was going to meet Radagon a long, long time ago, and instead he's the boss. Like, one of the final bosses, at least I assume it's the final bosses. But then there's this turtle here in the Church of Vows.
Greetings.
Oh. I didn't know I could give you these prayer books.
What have we here? Very well. Heresy, all thing. Oh, what very well. Let us. Heresy is not native to the world. It is but a contrivance. All things can be conjoined.
Cool. Yeah, a lot of these were things that that I think Gideon was using.
To experience absolute.
See, but it's weird. Whenever an NPC gives you repeated bits of dialogue, usually, yeah, you can tell me how many endings. Like, I have to imagine there's a bunch, and I just have to wonder how convoluted some of these are. 6? That's a lot. Awesome. I know that Fia's ending exists, and probably I have the means to do it. I might have the means to do Ronnie's ending. Again, assuming there is a Ronnie's ending. I don't know if there is, but if there is, I can do it. Of course, there would be the ending of just, you know, kind of minimally rush here and rush to the end and beat the final boss. I wonder if there's something to do with the with there's got to be something to do with Mikola. Like, there's too many threads surrounding Mikola that there isn't an ending for that. Maybe something with the Dung Eater. But this line is so weird to me.
It's said that Lord Radagon harbored a secret. A famed sculptor of the Erdtree capital was once summoned to render Lord Radagon's likeness in giant stature when he glimpsed the skeleton in Radagon's closet. And as such, it's said the great statue harbors his secret too.
See, so since that's repeatable, I thought that I was going to get to, you know, meet Radagon. And, like, I thought I'd get to meet Radagon and find that statue. So that statue's got to be somewhere in the world. I guess I now do technically know what Radagon looks like. Sort of. Like, I think Radagon might be the one who destroyed the Elden Ring. I still haven't met Marika unless the Elden Beast is Marika. And as for rendering a statue, like a giant statue of Radagon, which apparently harbors a secret, I don't really know what that's about either. I guess somewhere in the world there's a giant statue that I can do something with. Look at my shadow way the heck down there. That's cool. I think it mentioned that the statue was here in the capital somewhere. Although I don't know where that would be. I don't see like anything that looks like a giant Radagon statue. And there are so many statues in this game that who knows anyway. I don't see any giant statues in here either. It sounded like it was in the capital city, although the whole capital city is also covered in ash. But then the fact that the guy still tells it to me implies that I can. To me implies that I can still do whatever it is it wants me to do. Maybe I'm wrong about that though. And I'm sure I've missed at least one cave. I would love to finish up some NPC quest lines, but I don't think it's feasible that I'm going to find them again. I think I just have to accept that there's going to be stuff that I've missed, and maybe I do it on New Game Plus. There's still these dumb turtles I haven't found. Normally I would go back to Round Table Hold as well, because that, you know, would be a common place to find things. But Round Table Hold is pretty deserted now too, and I can't get there, at least I don't think I can get there, in the capital in its current state either. I feel like I'm real hesitant to go on and finish the game. Hey, Vappy. I mean, I'm basically up to the final boss. I've done virtually everything else that's not either a mutually exclusive path. For example, I intentionally didn't go to the Three Fingers. And I know that there's a few hanging loose threads as far as quest lines, and I think that it's reasonably likely that I've cut myself off from something to do with Mikola, which is disappointing since I finally beat Melania after like 100 years. Yeah, I did. I beat Melania. At the suggestion of Hello Meow, I summoned a +10 Mimic, and it still took a bunch of attempts, but I barely beat her at the end, yeah. Let me do this, because I could stall forever, you know, searching the whole world or whatever, but I have to finish this game at some point, and it's not like I'm going to stop playing Elden Ring. I plan to probably speedrun it. I'll probably do another playthrough, although maybe I'll do it offline and just look at the fingers that way. Or only do like selective streams or something like that. We'll see. Let me ask you this. If anyone knows the answer, is it possible for me to do more with what I presume to be Nicola's, you know, cocoon here? It like her quest line. Is there anything that I can do in this current playthrough now that I've beaten Melania, or is it the case that, as my guess right now is that I had to have beaten Melania prior to lighting the fire, so that Gideon hadn't turned hostile, and I could talk to Gideon and he would have revealed the final piece of the puzzle about what to do with her. So I would, the primary reason I wanted to beat Melania, apart from just, you know, I didn't want to leave such an important boss unfinished, is that I wanted to continue this quest line. It's either a matter of no one knows or no you cannot. Okay. It also might be some sort of DLC. I mean, I guess what I just said about beat Melania first and then go talk to Gideon, definitely a lot of people would have done that. And so if that doesn't tell you the answer, then I hope that it isn't just a dangling loose thread. As before, there's so much content in this game that it could be argued that it's unfair to say, well, why isn't there more? This game is already much larger than I ever could have imagined, and I'm already pretty comfortable saying this is probably my favorite game of all time. But like this seems like such an important thread, especially because Gideon hints at it too. I would be disappointed if that was all there was to it, you know? Yeah, so if there's nothing to do with it now, then I guess it'll probably be DLC. Okay. Well, I am going to hop off now because I'm really hungry. But I will probably end up streaming this later today. If not, it'll be tomorrow. It's not really known whether they're dead. A lot of people think Mikola's dead because the Lord of Blood killed them. I don't think that's true. Because the description I just got for the remembrance of the Rot Goddess says that Mikola... See, it says one was cursed with eternal childhood and the other harbored rot within. I guess that phrasing, like when it says the other harbored rot within, that is clearly talking about Melania, right? But I don't know. It's ambiguous enough that maybe secretly, like, Mikola is the source of all rot or some shit. But it sounds like it's saying Mikola was cursed with eternal childhood. I mean, and Melania... Like, in Phase 2, she's almost naked. She certainly doesn't look like she was cursed with eternal childhood. Let me just use this, by the way. Yeah, go ahead. Is that enough to level up? Probably not. No, I need 192. That's fine. Yeah, I think that she's probably alive in there. Somehow. I don't think that the Lord of Blood killed them at all. Like, the Lord of Blood seemed to, like, worship Mikola and be protecting her somehow, or for some reason. And I still can't speak to Melina or anything, so I'm going to hop offline here. Next stream, I'm just going to go beat the game. And then I'll do some other stuff on a second playthrough, or else just... One big thing for me personally is I really enjoy watching other people play this game, and it's gotten a little bit annoying with my own sort of set of restrictions where I keep having to pause playthroughs whenever anyone stumbles upon something I missed. I may ease up on that restriction. Current speculation is they're dead because of all the blood, or that's going to be DLC. There's no achievement in the game for Mikola, so you for sure can't fight them. Okay. A little disappointing, but again, like, there's so much stuff in this game that they didn't need to include anything about, like, any of that Mikola's quest line, and it still would have been a much larger game than I thought. So, I'm gonna hop off. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will talk to you later. Have a great day.